Hello, my friend. It feels really good to be back with you. As you may know, I took a month and a half away from the podcast to grieve my mom's passing. Losing her has been one of the most tender experiences of my life. And in this season of healing, I've been reminded of how much joy, education, and love she put into the world. Returning to the mic today is part of honoring her legacy because sharing wisdom, spreading joy, and helping others feel seen is exactly who she was and who she raised me to be. If you're joining me for the first time in this 8-part series, welcome. And if you've been here from the beginning, I'm so grateful you came back for more. If you haven't listened to the first 3 episodes yet, I highly encourage you to go back and give them a listen. They are truly binge worthy. Even though we recorded all 8 episodes back in August, the conversations are still, if not even more, relevant today. This series is designed to help women stop suffering in silence. We are talking honestly about our health, our hormones, our energy, and the support we deserve. I am thrilled you are here. Welcome to Nourish with Michelle Fox, your guide to living a vibrant life after 40. If you have ever struggled with consistency in your self-care or felt confused about how to truly support your body during this season of life, you are in the right place, my friend. Over this 8-part series, you'll hear inspiring, educational, and real conversations designed to help you nourish your mind, body, and soul so you can feel strong, confident, and fully alive. I am thrilled to share this 8-part series with my guest expert, Kimberly Cunningham. Kimberly is a board-certified nurse practitioner who has been serving Colorado for over 20 years. She brings a wealth of experience from emergency medicine to internal medicine to healthy aging clinics. And she's the founder of Cunningham Clinic. After recovering from a life-changing injury through hormone replacement therapy, Kimberly has dedicated her career to helping people look and feel better through functional medicine and aesthetics. She's also a published author, a faculty member at multiple universities, and a national trainer for BioT Medical and Allergan Aesthetics. Her passion shines through in every patient she serves. And before we dive in, I want to share an important note. I personally seek treatment from Kimberly at Cunningham Clinic, but nothing in these conversations is meant to diagnose or treat you. Please consult your own provider before making any medical decisions. So, let's talk about what it really takes to thrive in this chapter of life. Today, we are talking about all of our favorite subjects, ladies and gentlemen. It turns out weight loss and the hormone connection. Let's just jump right in. Why are so many of us, before we come into your healthcare circle, doing all the right things? Like me, I'm a nutritionist. I wrote the book, Is It Hot in Here? And I walked through 7 steps for women, and it still is all very applicable. And I know now it was only part of the story. So when I'm telling women to drink more water, cut out the sugar, lower their caffeine, yes, that helps. But I was doing all that and I was literally gaining like 2 to 3 pounds a month. And
Yes.
before I knew it, after the pandemic and a year after that, I was up to 175 pounds. And for my body frame, like that's a lot of weight.
That's inflammatory. It's going to wear your joints out too soon. It doesn't feel good.
Correct. It did not feel
yeah.
good.
It's a
Yeah.
confidence killer.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I'm like, I'm doing all the right things. I was still going to my yoga class twice a week. I still cut out the gluten, very little sugar. Although I will say at night, I started craving it a lot, which I've learned since from you that those were my hormones again saying, feed me, feed
Yes.
me. And so talk to me. I know before I've heard you say actually quite a few times for a lot of women that first come to you, you tell them to stop exercising
Stop.
let's figure out the hormones and then you can go back to it.
Yeah.
Like, what is that all about?
For women around age 35, and we touched on this in an earlier episode, we stop making testosterone. And it actually falls off a cliff. And so when you don't have testosterone, you cannot build muscle. And so when you cannot build muscle, everything you're doing in the gym is only causing harm.
That sucks.
So what I see,
So you're making it worse
you're
without the hormones.
It's worse than that.
Oh.
When a woman's total testosterone falls below 30, she cannot build muscle.
Okay.
And now we have more data sets to retreating to the free testosterone, but those data sets are younger. They're only about 1.5 years, 2 years old. A lot of the stuff I'll quote is based on total testosterone instead of free.
Okay.
But we are getting much more specific in how we dose, which is nice because people have tried hormones before and they got an unexpected response because we weren't running the right labs. So now we have the right labs, which is great. I always want specific, tailored, exact for you, which is different than exact for me, which is different than exact for other patients.
Yes.
And so we're getting very exact, which the nerd in me is very happy.
Yes. Thank
At any
you,
rate,
labs. Thank you.
Total testosterone data sets would imply that when it falls below 30, when testosterone falls below 30, women cannot build muscle. Below 20, she can't build bone. It's called osteoporosis. So that testosterone falls off a cliff right around age 35, give or take. I have some women I'm treating that are 30 years old because their testosterone quit sooner.
Oh.
Now we can go down the rabbit hole of why that is in the United States a decade sooner than our European counterparts.
Oh. Is my first guess, of course, is the nutrition.
That's my guess as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So in the United States, we have some really ugly farming practices. So we use a lot of pesticides and we use a lot of genetically modified sources. And those genetically modified crops can just blow right across the highway into the organic field. It's really hard to get clean food. And then we do this thing called 100% yield.
Okay. What does that mean?
There's no more. So you have a field go fallow for 7 years. It just wouldn't do anything.
Okay.
And it would remineralize the soil. The soil would recover.
The soil's rejuvenating.
Because the soil is what gives you the minerals and a lot of the substance to what makes food and nutrition. And so in this country, most large farms, commercial farms, are 100% yield 100% of the time. The soil never recovers.
So it's, poor Mother Nature doesn't get a freaking break.
So for example, diindolylmethane, which is DIM is short for diindolylmethane. Diindolylmethane is what makes broccoli and other cruciferous vegetables superfoods. That's the thing in it that makes that collection of foods super and really good for you. Okay. In the 1920s and 30s in this country, you could just eat broccoli. And you got
all your
150 to 300 milligrams of DIM with every serving.
Amazing.
In today's United States food marketplace, and it really doesn't matter where you go, the organic grocery store for the really expensive stuff or the regular grocery store for the regular broccoli, women would have to have 20 servings of broccoli a day.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
To get 150 milligrams of diindolylmethane.
Oh,
and that's just one nutrient. So when you look at the collection of nutrients in the United States, our food doesn't have food in it anymore. And then in the United States, we have over 2,000 known endocrine disruptors, things like flame retardant in your car. There are,
or even in our mattresses.
Oh yeah,
that we're sleeping on every night.
Children's pajamas.
Yes,
that's bad.
Yes.
The BPA or bisphosphonyl A that was in plastics for so long. The forever chemicals that's in the wrappings of your takeaway food. So these endocrine disruptors, there are over 2,000 recognized endocrine disruptors that are allowed in the United States that are not allowed in Europe. Even Nigeria has banned. These are very bad things. And our FDA has something called GRAS, or generally recognized as safe. And that is DuPont or any large manufacturing company can say, here's the substance. We don't think it hurts people. And the FDA says, okay.
That makes me so mad. Oh my gosh.
I can't fix the food's nutritional content, and I can't stop the endocrine disruptors, but I can fix what they hurt in the body. So that's where I can come in. I suspect that American women in particular, and we didn't even talk about our cosmetics.
Oh, that's right. It's like on our largest organ, our skin.
And the cosmetics that are cultivated for women of color are even worse as far as safety and safety tested, as in they aren't. And especially hair products for women of color, they are particularly full of endocrine disruptors and some pretty nasty potential carcinogens.
That does not surprise
So
me.
it's really hard for people to find safe foods and to find good nutrients and to find good, safe cosmetic products. So that's why I think that is why we lose our hormones so much sooner and in such a steeper decline than our European counterparts. So in the United States, women get sicker sooner. And when your testosterone falls, you can't build muscle. So now there's a woman who's 40, 45, 48, and she's just had it. She is done being overweight, achy, and in a body that doesn't feel good.
Right.
And so she doubles down and she goes to Orange Theory.
Yes. Where they're yelling and saying, just pull hard,
just
push
do more.
Push through it. Yes.
And here's where it gets really awful. She is getting fatter faster than if she had stayed home and sat on the couch.
Oh, that is heartbreaking.
Because without testosterone, every time she works out, she's breaking down muscle, because that's what a workout is. That's why it hurts. You're breaking down muscle so you can build it back better, stronger. There's no building back. And so when people first come in, I say, you stop. All you're doing is hurting yourself. Stop. We're going to take the next 6 to 8 weeks off from heavy exercise. A little bit of exercise is fine. Motion is lotion. It's good for your brain. Going for walks, going for hikes, going for things that make you happy. Play some pickleball, all fine. But the hitting it hard for the sake of hitting it hard has to stop.
Yes.
Because without testosterone, all we're going to get is injured. And again, fatter. So first I have to replace what's missing so the body can work. And the number one thing for that is testosterone. And then in women who are postmenopausal, they're not getting a period anymore, estrogen is a role in that as well. So estrogen helps with belly fat and helps with our good skin quality. We talked in another episode about sexual wellness. Estrogen helps with vaginal secretions, urethral tone. So women who get chronic bladder infections, a lot of times it's an estrogen problem.
Meaning too little estrogen?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
And here's the other thing.
Okay.
In women from 40 to 50, there's a 1 to 2 pound per year weight gain on average in the United States. That's a combination of not enough testosterone. So you're losing muscle mass like crazy. And in some women, something called estrogen dominance.
Yes, I've read about that.
We talked about that in an earlier episode as well. And so estrogen dominance is where the brain is saying ovulate. So there's this big surge of estrogen. And for whatever reason, that month, that ovary doesn't ovulate. No egg is released. And in those months, she'll get 0 progesterone. And that estrogen goes up and up, which is a weight gaining mode.
She's probably not getting any sleep if there's no progesterone. No. Yes.
And so we need progesterone to balance that out. So in perimenopause, age 40 to 50, I will often use progesterone to balance out that estrogen dominance. Because in a pregnancy, your estrogen, a woman's estrogen goes to 4,000.
Oh, wow.
And pregnancy is a weight gaining state.
Right. We want to have
your
weight gain there.
2 people. And so when this estrogen goes up and up and up and up, and it's not opposed, we get into this weight gaining state. When we don't have a baby to feed, that can turn into prediabetes or actual type 2 diabetes. So from age 40 to 50, we have a no testosterone problem. And in some women, a too much estrogen problem.
Yep.
Age 50 to 60, we have a cortisol problem.
And that's the stress hormone.
And that cortisol, well, you need stress.
Yeah.
You need to get healthy up and have, it's healthy amounts.
Yes.
So when cortisol is too high, and by the way, estrogen keeps cortisol in check.
Oh.
So when we lose our estrogen post-menopause, the cortisol goes sky high, which is weight gaining, pre-diabetes, losing your muscle tone, and now you've knocked out your ghrelin-leptin feedback loop. So when cortisol goes too high, your stomach, when you're full, stretches. And when your stomach says, I'm done, we're full, it triggers the brain. And about 20 minutes from full, about 20 minutes later, the brain makes enough leptin to turn off ghrelin, which is I'm hungry.
Got it.
So when cortisol,
let's think of
little gremlin. So when cortisol is going too high because we don't have any estrogen, you never turn off the I'm hungry. We're constantly starving.
And anxious too, by the way.
And all we want is sugar, fat, and salt.
Yes, give it to me.
Yes. French fries dipped in ice cream. That's what we want. And we want that after dinner. We want it as the day goes on and on, when our cortisol is supposed to be falling so we can go to sleep. Our brain is screaming sugar, fat, salt, and I have to have it or I'm going to die.
Because those are feeding the cortisol?
Yeah, your hormones are out of whack.
Okay. So it's feeding whatever's happening. It's just not healthy.
Well, has knocked out the I'm full, I'm satisfied.
Got it. Okay.
When it goes too high, too late in the day. So we have to fix that.
Yes.
So this perimenopausal age 35 to 60, really age 40 to 60 weight gain in a body that's hormonally unbalanced is not something that you can journal your way out of.
So I tried that.
You cannot.
I went to therapy even. Yes.
You can't exercise your way out of it.
Nope.
You cannot nutrition your way out of it. You can nutrition slow it down, maybe, but you can't nutrition your way out of it.
Right.
You have to recognize and go to a provider that recognize these are physiologic dysfunctions. These are, for lack of a better term, disease states.
As in not normal.
Right. So if you had high blood pressure, you would treat that.
Correct.
If you have bad cholesterol, you would treat that. If you have diabetes, you would treat that.
Although you say that, and I'm telling you, Kimberly, I've heard people say, oh, my mom got diabetes, so I'll probably get it. Or my mom had problems with her uterus, so I'm going to have problems. It's like, I do think there's I don't know if it's human nature or just certain
genetic things.
Behaviors, but people do kind of assume like, well, mom and grandma had it, so I'm going to get it. So why do I need to do anything about it? Whereas you and I are saying, no, you do so that you can be in a happy, healthy body.
If mom and grandma got breast cancer, you would take measures to not get breast cancer.
I would hope so.
If mom and grandma had metabolic dysbiosis associated with hormone imbalance, you can come to a provider like me and do something about it. Untreated, that leads to obesity and sleep apnea and cancer. Alzheimer's.
Yes.
And early death and dysfunction and osteoarthritis in the knees and all the bad things. All the bad things
are fixable.
So all of this is, first of all, it's diagnosable with blood tests. When you get the right blood tests, you actually know this is happening. So this isn't like magic. I'm not throwing a dart at the wall and going, ooh, look. No, there's actual blood test measures saying this has gone wrong. This is how we can fix it. So identifying that these problems exist is first, and it's an expanded panel of labs, and it's somebody like me who's functional medicine based and wants to look at all of the different functional measures of the body. And then we want to talk about interventions.
Yes, please.
In a woman who is over 35, we're going to look at her testosterone, her vitamin D, her thyroid functionality, which, by the way, women come in all the time and they say, oh, I have my thyroid checked, it's fine.
I think I actually was that woman as well. Yes.
I have my thyroid checked and it's fine. How's your hair? Falling out. How's your waistline? Getting bigger every day.
Exactly.
Have you ever tried fasting? Yes, I tried fasting and I gained weight.
Exactly.
And I'm over here thinking your thyroid's off.
All right.
So the TSH, or thyroid stimulating hormone, comes out of the brain and tells the thyroid, which is in your neck, make more T4.
Okay.
It's the only thing that the American Thyroid Society says you should check.
Oh, okay. But when I look at the blood panels from you, you have 5 lines underneath the testosterone, don't you?
Oh, yeah. For thyroid,
thank goodness. Or sorry, thyroid, yes.
Yeah. So for thyroid, the TSH just says, is the brain telling it to make more? And when that number goes up, the thyroid itself is starting to stop working. So that's called primary hypothyroidism. The thyroid is just, it's done. It's punking out.
It's tired.
It's time to replace it. But that's not the system. So I'm going to summarize thyroid really quickly. Okay. The thyroid's in your neck. Okay. It's a gland and it makes T4. Okay. You have to knock one of those iodines off to make triiodothyroxine, 3 iodines of your thyroid. So you have to have T4 has to be cut down into T3. Okay. That happens in the body through enzymes called deiodinases. You don't have to remember that. Just
thank you, because I won't.
Has to happen. So we have to go from T4, which doesn't do anything. Okay. It's not active. Okay. It has to be activated. T4 is just making laps around the mall, waiting to become activated so it can get into the cell and work.
So what activates it?
The deiodinases.
The deiodinases.
So deiodinases cut one of those iodines off. That's why iodine's good for your thyroid. Oh, because you can't make T4 without it. Okay. Because it takes 4 iodines to make a molecule of thyroid. Got it. So you get down to T3. That T3 has to be free. It has to be unbound. It has to be ready to interact. So the American Thyroid Society also recommends checking a total T3. That's not helpful. I don't care how much T3, how much is available to work, how much is free. What is the free T3?
What is happening
So
right
that
now?
free
Yes.
T3 is free to have something click into that empty spot and pull it into the cell. And what clicks into that spot is ferritin.
Oh,
That's from iron.
so I was going to say, don't they recommend that for women who are pregnant?
Yes.
Okay.
And women lose iron because we bleed.
There you go.
So we lose iron because
There you
we
go.
bleed regularly. And so if the thyroid itself isn't functioning, we have not enough T4. If the enzyme system is broken, we can't get to the free T3. If we don't have enough iron in our body, we can't get the free T3 into the cell. And all of that together goes back to the brain and says TSH or not TSH. If you have enough T4 coming out of your thyroid and all the rest is completely broken, your brain will read normal. Oh, because you have enough total thyroid in your body.
Amazing.
The brain can't tell whether or not your system is broken.
Oh,
do we have enough T4? We're all fine here. So you need to get a TSH, a total T4, a free T3,
okay,
and a ferritin level. And I like to also get thyroid antibodies because that tells me what I need to do for immune system support, because Hashimoto's thyroiditis is a canary in the coal mine. Even though it doesn't mean much by itself, it tells me that the immune system is suffering and I need to support that as well. So I always get an antibody level as well, at least once a year. So that is how functional medicine looks at thyroid.
Love that.
I have women all the time, they walk in, their TSH is normal and their doctor told them they were fine.
Exactly.
Their hair is falling out.
Yeah.
They're cold all the time.
Yes, me too.
Their waistline gets bigger every day, no matter what they do. And they cannot think their way out of a box at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right. Brain fog. Yes.
If math is painful at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you probably have a thyroid problem somewhere in this very complicated system. And I can find it because I test all the parts of the system. It's just 4 more lines. It's just a little bit more data. And then we get to, is the system functioning? And if not, where in the system do I need to help? Because with low thyroid functionality, that might be the gland and it might be the body. With low thyroid functionality, that is a minimum of 12 pounds just parked on your body.
It's okay. Here we are to stay. And typically I've noticed it's like the inner tube that's right around. Like, what is that also the cortisol? I mean, obviously it's an imbalance big picture, but is there something specific that's causing that inner tube that we often see?
So I can't tell you why low free T3 is associated with midline around the waistband weight gain. I just know that it is.
Oh, okay. Got it.
That's a good question that I
And
can't
that's
explain.
like men and women, I've noticed.
And it's all the way around.
Yeah.
So high cortisol, low estrogen is belly fat for women.
Okay.
Especially below the belly button.
Okay.
High cortisol also equals belly button to pubic bone fat just storage in men. Oh. And can actually get so big that it causes the penis to be a little bit shorter in functionality.
If that is happening, get your man to see Kimberly immediately, please. That sounds very challenging.
It's not gone. It's
other
just
activities.
Not gone. It's just obstructed by the redistribution of fat right
there. Yeah. I'm gonna take a hard pass on that.
Well, you talk about hot husbands.
Yeah. Exactly. We're gonna keep his body hot for me, and I'm gonna keep my body hot for him. Yes.
So for weight management, it's not just one thing. Yeah. Again, is the system working? If not, where's the system broken and how can we support it? But even with all of that, we're often going to reach for a GLP-1, and that's going to be semaglutide or tirzepatide. There's only 2 on the market right now. It's those 2.
And I'm on tirzepatide, and I loved 2 things, actually. One, I loved how when we started off with my whole program, you're like, low and slow. Oh, yeah. And I know when we're not feeling well, let's just handle it all. And you're like, no, Michelle, we need the labs. We need to see how the testosterone goes. And so I so appreciated that. So we started on the testosterone, and then it wasn't until 3 months later that you let me start the tirzepatide.
Because what if you didn't need it? What if you don't need that medication?
And it turns out I did.
That's okay.
But no, you're exactly right. You had to test for it first, which I appreciate.
Some patients come in and their blood sugar is so bad, I don't wait. If it's borderline, we can give it a little bit of time and see. Sure. Especially someone who has a history of being an elite athlete, which is you. So I know that when the training becomes available, you are a nutritionist. I know that you know how to do the protein counts and all of that. And we'll get into that today on how to eat and how to train, how to do all of that. So it's reasonable to give you a 3-month trial on just the sex hormones to see if that is enough to get the rest of the body back online. And it wasn't. That's okay. Some patients come in and we need to do all the things.
Love it.
Because I don't know how long they've had a blood sugar that high.
Of course.
And an elevated blood sugar is dangerous for many things. Prediabetes and type 2 diabetes is associated with increased risk, a huge increased risk of Alzheimer's disease, high blood pressure, bad cholesterol, heart disease, heart attacks, vascular disease, strokes, all of the bad things that get us cancer. So high blood sugar is bad for all of the things. And if you think about one of the mechanisms of damage that high blood sugar causes, so your blood vessels, 35,000 miles of them, are filters. They're like screen doors. Molecules go in, molecules go out, things go in and out. You're filtering constantly. That's what your blood is to do. It's a transport system. If you think about what you want your screen door to filter, you want it to filter very fine sand. So not much to it. So all 35,000 miles of your blood vessels are filters. That's their job. So you want those filters to be filtering very small particles. It's like very fine sand, filtering in, filtering out.
Love it.
Glucose is a big rock.
Oh.
Just hanging around and
sticky,
beating up
rock. Yes.
Just beating the crap out of your blood vessels. When you have too much blood sugar, your blood vessels are going to wear out before you do. The goal is to get you to 100 in a body with a brain that works and some sexual wellness still available to us. Let's get to that number healthy. You can't do it with high blood sugar because you will wear out from head to toe. Vision's another thing that goes with high blood sugar. Those tiny little blood vessels. By the way, diabetics and pre-diabetics have the earliest onset of erectile dysfunction.
Oh, that would make sense.
Tiny little blood vessels in the penis and the clitoris.
The sugar.
We can't have those blood vessels stop working for us.
So the second thing I was going to mention that you talked about a lot, which I love, and why I chose the Tirzepatide over the semaglutide, is because you kept saying it's an elegant solution.
Yes.
Elegant. I love the word elegant. So can you just touch just a little bit on the difference? Because I noticed Tirzepatide is a little bit more expensive in the. Am I saying that right? Semaglutide? Semaglutide. Okay.
Maybe.
But it also has fewer side effects.
I think that once you start managing the side effects of semaglutide, it winds up being more expensive than the Tirzepatide.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So let's go through what the GLP-1s are.
Okay.
So GLP, glucagon-like peptide, is made in your stomach.
Okay.
And it's one of the peptides responsible for sugar, metabolism, use, and elimination in the human body. We know of 4. There are 4, there are probably more. But to date, we know of 4 peptides that are responsible for sugar metabolism.
Got it.
Insulin.
That are made in our body already. Okay.
Insulin's one of them.
Oh.
Everybody knows about insulin.
Yeah.
The pancreas.
Yeah.
Without insulin, you're type 1 diabetic. When you're insulin resistant, that's type 2 diabetes or insulin resistance diabetes. And that comes along with too much sugar in the body for too much time. And the body starts to downregulate those receptor sites as a salvation mechanism, defense mechanism. So we know that insulin is a sugar molecule. So insulin clicks into glucose and pulls it into the cell.
Okay.
That's how it works. And so without it, we need insulin. When we have insulin resistance, we need a medication to help with that because that's type 2 diabetes. GLP, glucagon-like peptide, is made in the stomach. It is another peptide responsible for sugar use. GIP, gastric inhibin peptide, also made in the stomach, is another peptide that's responsible for sugar use and elimination. And then there's a new one that was just recently discovered in the last 6 months called ODN.
Okay.
Octodecanoeuropeptide.
Will not remember that. All right.
And that is another peptide that is in the brain.
Oh.
And that is how our brain uses and eliminates sugar.
Oh.
And when you have high blood sugar, we talked about how your risk of Alzheimer's goes way up. And perhaps octodecanoeuropeptide will somehow become a part of this whole peptide sugar control realm, of which diabetes is the insulin problem. We don't really have a name for when you don't have GLP or you don't have GIP or you don't have ODN. These don't have names yet.
Sure.
That's fine. I don't care.
Sure.
I'm going to still medicate.
So I was going to say, please continue to fix us.
So semaglutide or Ozempic was the first one.
Yeah.
It's only GLP-1. It's only GLP, glucagon-like peptide. It's only one of the peptides.
Okay.
And basically what that one does is delays gastric emptying. It's kind of like chemical gastric banding.
Oh,
the food sits in your stomach for a long time.
Oh, that doesn't sound so healthy.
It works.
Okay.
It's just not very elegant.
Okay.
So you can get acid reflux.
And probably constipation.
Constipation.
Okay.
Stomach pain. If you eat too much, projectile vomiting.
Oh.
Like
No,
hit
thank
bugs off the wall, projectile vomiting.
Oh, no, thank you.
So semaglutide worked. It was the first one. It was the only one.
Okay.
Ozempic was the original. But I don't think it's less expensive because you typically have to be on a stool softener and an antacid.
No.
And
all the extras to like support.
You're paying more and Zofran so that you don't get nauseous and vomit. Got it. And then Mounjaro came out. By the way, we have decades of data on these drugs because they were out for type 2 diabetes before they were for medical weight loss. So they aren't new for safety. They're just new for controlling medical weight loss, which turns out to actually be a pre-diabetic condition in so many people.
It makes sense.
So tirzepatide is 2 of the 4. So it's GLP and GIP.
I did not know that.
So it's 2 of the 4.
Okay.
And we're not really sure why, but when you reach for the tirzepatide, we don't see the nausea. We don't see the constipation as much. I mean, there's a little, I think the constipation with tirzepatide is it can actually suppress your thirst drive.
Oh.
When people get a little dehydrated, when you don't drink enough water, especially in Colorado, you get constipated.
No, that makes perfect sense.
So with the tirzepatide, we just don't see the acid reflux and we don't see the vomiting and the belly pain. We do see the one side effect we see with both of them is alcohol, which means alcohol is a lot more potent.
Yes. Oh, I
Especially
noticed that
women.
real quick. Yes.
And it's not necessarily the first drink. So the first glass of wine or cocktail behaves very close to how it did before. It might be a little stronger feeling, but it's not that much different. It's the second one and then the third, because what these medications do is diminish the liver's ability to get rid of the alcohol.
Oh.
So when you have the second drink, the first one's not gone. And when you have the third drink, the first 2 aren't gone.
Oh,
still in your bloodstream.
Yeah, that's
so we just caution patients, just make sure if you have an evening or an event that includes alcohol, have a serving and then not for another hour.
Got it.
So switch to water, switch to club soda, something else for the next hour, and then maybe have another, and probably don't go past 3. Just to run the risk of it being a different night than you were intending.
Yes. And I imagine, and tell me if I'm wrong, just from my own experience, when I'm on the like weight loss dosage, I can only have half a drink and I'm like, ooh, I'm feeling it. Versus when I'm on maintenance, I can drink a little bit more because that's less medication.
Correct.
So is that pretty typical in what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the bigger the dose,
the
bigger the inhibition of your liver's ability to get rid of the alcohol.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. So then let's talk about exercise. Like once we are all balanced with our hormones and we're getting to the weight loss that we are desiring and loving, what are some of the things that you've been recommending for women to go back to now that we are building muscle and that testosterone is pumping through our veins?
Lift weights, lift weights, lift weights.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Yes.
And
keep lifting those weights.
Lift heavy.
Yes.
You have to, women have to lift heavy. You cannot turn into Arnold Schwarzenegger without doing some very sketchy things with hormones. But women need to lift weights. Muscle mass is associated with lowering Alzheimer's. Muscle mass is the #1 predictor of whether or not you're going to be alive in 10 years. Muscle mass is heart health. Muscle mass is resting metabolic rate. So your brain and your muscles take the most calories. So if you have good muscle tone, you can eat more.
Yes.
And then it's not a sad day in the kitchen. Muscle mass is how you fall and catch yourself and don't break something. Have you ever seen someone who's 80 shuffle walking?
Yeah.
They don't know where their feet are.
Yes.
And then you see somebody else who's 80 and they're just cruising.
Like walking. Yeah. Walking through the park.
Yes. So that is their muscle mass and their ability to keep it. And that muscle mass also gives them prolonged proprioception, which is where am I in space? And so you don't catch your foot and stumble. And then if you do, you can actually catch yourself instead of falling like a tree. So lifting weights is first.
Yes. Actually, a side story before you tell me the next. It was fun. About 3 weeks ago, I went hiking with some other fellow 50-plussers.
I saw that.
Yes. And
hanging lake.
Oh, there you go. Yes, Hanging Lake. And so what I found interesting was I caught myself using old languaging because when we were walking up, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to feel this in the morning. And then later, I was like, why did I say that? Because the next morning, I felt perfectly fine, Kimberly. I was like, I am a 30-something because I didn't feel it. Like my muscles felt normal, regular. Like I didn't feel any muscle tension. I didn't feel any back tension. And that's like a serious hike straight up hanging lake.
There are warning signs all up to the trailhead. This is a serious
Yes.
time. You need to have water and the right shoes and be in shape. We are not going to come rescue you.
Correct.
Get yourself up and down the hill.
And I'm so happy to say I got up and down with plenty of energy, and next day I felt fine.
So part of that is because you've been able to build back muscles because of the testosterone, but also remember we talked about in another episode, testosterone is the most powerful anti-inflammatory a human can have. And so the reason why you hurt so bad after age 35 to 40 for women is you don't have that anymore. And that's why you work out and good God, the next day it feels like you got run over by a truck.
Yes.
And then you didn't get to keep any of the muscles.
Exactly. Like, why did I just do that
So
for?
we start with the testosterone and then we lift the weights. So here's where women get a win.
Okay.
Almost everything is easier for guys.
Yes.
Almost everything.
It seems like that often. Yes.
Women need to lift weights heavy once a week.
Really?
That's
just
it.
Once.
For longevity, for brain health, for cardiovascular health, for independence, for reducing all-cause mortality over the next 10 years. If women lift heavy and correctly, and if you don't know how, get a trainer.
There you go.
Just get a trainer in the beginning until you know how to do this correctly. There's nothing wrong with using the machines at the gym. There's nothing wrong with doing free weights. There's not a wrong way to lift so long as your form is good.
Yes.
And your supersetting. So supersets are where, let's say you're doing the leg press machine. So you're in the machine and you're pushing with your feet.
Yeah.
If you can do more than 10, it's too light.
Oh.
Yeah. You should be struggling at 10.
What's that called? Muscle tiredness, muscle
failure.
Failure. Yeah.
Failure.
Okay.
So like 10 to 12 is the maximum.
Okay.
Take a small break, add weight, do it again.
Got it.
Take a small break, add weight, do it a third time. So supersets are 3 sets to failure high weight. And so it doesn't take that long to cycle through it. So when I say lift weights, I mean lift like that, every body part, biceps, triceps, back, abs, quads, hamstrings, calves.
Anywhere where we have muscles.
Shoulders.
Want to be pushing.
All the things.
Yes.
You do it right, it takes less than an hour. Lift heavy once a week. And then I say move with joy every day. What makes you happy? Is it yoga? Is it dance? Is it pickleball? Is it hiking? Is it these sports in the summer and these in the winter? The National Curling Center is here in Denver.
I did not know that.
Take up curling. It's actually pretty physical with the way they do the brushes.
Or is it hip hop class that you and I go to?
Love.
Shake our booties
block
together.
Makes me happy.
Yes.
So move with joy.
Yes.
Every day. And so if you lift heavy once a week and you move with joy every day, that is typically what you need. Now there's a way to measure that.
Okay.
And it's called the VO2 max Rockport test.
Okay.
We have how to do this at my practice. If you can walk a mile and at the end of that mile, you can check your heart rate and how long it took you to walk that mile, you can plug your numbers into this Rockport test and know what your VO2 max is.
Oh, so wait, I'm getting like images of the face mask
and
the treadmill and the like monitors and the things on your skin.
So that's another way to do it.
That.
No, this is not that.
Okay, great.
So VO2 max is volume of oxygen that your blood can carry, the maximum volume of oxygen under stress. So VO2 max is a predictor for, are you going to be alive in 10 years? And there are 6 columns according to the Rockport formula.
Okay.
So you plug in your gender and your age, and there's a whole formula. It will involve some math.
Or we just come talk to you, let you do the math.
We want to make sure your thyroid's functioning if you're going to do the math. Or there's lots of online calculators. If you can plug in your gender, your age, these 2 numbers, and it'll calculate it for you.
Oh, beautiful.
So there's 6 columns.
Okay.
And it's from not healthy to elite athlete. If you are in the left 3 columns, your risk of death for all-cause mortality in the next 10 years goes up by 70%.
Oh.
You're going to die.
Oh, shoot.
For some reason, you will die.
The next 10 years.
If you can get yourself into the right 3 columns, you don't have to get all the way to elite. You could just get past average, just slightly above average. You reduce your all-cause mortality by 70%.
Amazing.
So lift once a week, move with joy the rest of the time, and then measure what you're doing a couple of times a year. If you fall in the left 3 columns, up your game. Find something that's more. If you fall on the right-hand side, the right 3 columns, what you're doing is fine. So you don't have to follow this Facebook person's program or that trainer's regimen or sign up for this 12 parts. You don't have to do any of that. Find what
Unless you want to.
If you want to. If it makes you happy. If that brings you joy, do it.
Of course.
Yeah, there was the P90.
Oh yes, I
like that.
That always like
that was a program. If it makes you happy, do it.
Yeah.
But if you find what makes you happy and then you measure twice a year, it's great. And the Rockport test is free.
Oh.
So the other way to get your VO2 max is, like you said, get the mask on, all the electrodes, and you're running on a treadmill in a lab. Mm-hmm. And they run you through all these different paces to get your actual oxygen intake and carbohydrate exhalation and all these different data points. The Rockport is within 5 to 10% of that $3,000 test.
Yeah,
and by the way,
free.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with free.
And when you do that very expensive treadmill test with all of the data sets in the lab, you spend $3,000 for one result. When you want to measure in 6 months if what you're doing is getting you to where you need to be, you're dropping another $3,000 and getting hooked up to all this stuff. The Rockport test is one that we really like in my practice because it's a really good free test.
We just go online to find it.
You can Google it. I have sheets on how to do it in my practice. Oh, beautiful. There is a page on my website on how to do it. It was designed by the Armed Forces.
Oh, yeah, fantastic. We'll add that to the show notes.
It's a fantastic validated tool for are you being a good steward of your body.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to build the muscle to get to a good VO2 max, we have to lift the weights.
Yes.
After we have our testosterone and other hormones balanced. But we need one other piece, and that's protein.
Yes, I was hoping you'd mention that. Yes, please.
So protein is fuel for our muscles. Women need 100 grams a day when we are over 40.
Oh, wow. So that's regardless of anything else we're doing.
If you want to have muscles on your body, you need 100 grams of protein a day. Okay. Which usually means getting a protein shake or a protein bar in there. We're traveling with good high quality nuts. And
meat sticks. I always have a meat stick in my purse.
Black beans are a great source of protein.
Yes.
Black beans are fantastic, super rich in protein. So getting 100 grams a day. You can get one of those food quality counters. You can get a protein counter.
That's a good idea.
There's free apps for that. You don't have to measure every day until the end of time, but you should measure for 2 or 3 weeks to get a sense of how am I doing, and then make those adjustments. A couple of times a year, throw what you're eating in the app and make sure you're getting 100 grams a day of protein.
So
that's how to eat.
Okay.
And it's once you get the hang of these things, it's really part of your life. So you come to my practice 3 times a year for your hormone balancing and off you go. And then you're a nutritionist, so you know how to eat, you know how to train, and then you find the things that bring you joy. And what's really interesting is there's a longitudinal study out of Harvard looking at what keeps people alive until they're 100. It started in the 1930s.
Okay.
And they've looked at group after group. And it keeps coming back to the same thing. The people at 100, the one thing that is really clear across all of them is their friend group. It's their tribe.
Yes, our community.
Your community. And so it's not being married. It has nothing to do with being married or not married. It has nothing to do with having a good relationship or not a good relationship with your family members. It is, do you have a community that you are plugged into? So I always say, look for things that plug you into your community. So if pickleball makes you happy, join a league.
Absolutely.
Go to dinner after your pickleball. Make sure you're getting protein with your dinner.
Yes, extra protein.
If you love being a gym rat, great, join a gym. Join a class or get a group of people who are going to work out with you. If you love to run, you confuse me, but that's okay. I don't love to run.
I know, I
even when
it always throws out my back. So
even when I was running triathlons, the swim was great, the bike was great, the run was like, okay, let's do it. Yeah. So anyway, if you're a runner, great, have a running club.
Yeah, stupid and
I read this great article about a woman who had moved to a new city and they had a newborn, and the community had this running group. Oh, and it was a 5K. They just did a 5K twice a week, once or twice a week. It was this running club, and it didn't matter if it was raining or snowing. There's no bad weather, only bad gear. They went.
Love that.
And this group of women would come to your house and drag you up. Let's go. We're doing it.
Total accountability.
And she said that made her the healthiest and the happiest she'd ever been, because she realized that they all loved each other and they were caring for each other. But more importantly, they were caring for their bodies. And so she went from this postpartum bluesy in her late 20s to having this decade where she lived in this community. Great article, I think it was in the New Yorker, about how this really changed her whole life.
Absolutely.
And this group was really important. So find something that is a move with joy. We go to the same dance class, which is amazing. So find the thing that you love and make that part of your community. Really plug in, because it counts as a twofer when it comes to health span as well as lifespan.
Yes. So for our community, if we don't have our hormones balanced quite yet, we're just going to stop working out. We're going to stop pushing it. That's step one. For those of us who are on the path of getting our hormones balanced, we are going to get in the weight-bearing exercise. All of us are going to start increasing our protein. We want a minimum of 100 grams of protein. What else is our homework for this week that we're going to be paying? Oh, we're going to pay attention to V2, what did you call it?
VO2 max.
VO2 max, which of course we'll put in the show notes because I won't remember that at all. But I'll have a quick link for me to click on and for you to click on.
Starting next year, we're putting it on all of our patients.
Like, are you really?
Oh yeah, it's part of what our. Yeah, we're doing.
I don't have to worry about it. I'm just going to see Kimberly.
Well, I'm going to tell you how to do it.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to have
to.
I
still have to do work.
But so any flat surface, so you can walk a mile. So a high school track is perfect.
Oh, good.
So the innermost loop on a high school track 4 times around is a mile.
Yeah, I can do that.
It's super easy.
I can do that.
And then you plug it in, and then find what brings you joy.
Yes.
And really plug into
find
that.
What brings you joy. Yes. Yeah. So next week we're going to come back and we're going to talk about medical gaslighting.
Yes.
You are not crazy, my friend.
Crazy.
So we're going to dig into that and the questions you should be asking your healthcare providers. Hopefully you're going to find a functional healthcare provider. If you're not in Colorado, we can say somebody else. But if you're in Colorado, please run, do not walk to see this woman, because you give complimentary consultation, don't you?
I do.
So
I
lose.
The accountant,
consultation.
My accountant yells at me all the time because of all the stuff I don't charge for. But I didn't get good health care, and that really hurt my family for a long time. And I don't want anybody else to be stuck in a body that doesn't work. If there are simple and elegant solutions that were readily available the entire time, I could have had what I needed at any moment if any one of the 13 specialists I was seeing had even taken one class on hormone balancing. I would have been better so much faster. So it is really important to me that no one else be in that situation.
So love your heart. Thank you for sharing your heart with us on this podcast, with us in the community, and with us in your practice. So grateful for you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for listening to Nourish with Michelle Fox. Were you driving, folding laundry, or maybe walking around the neighborhood? Perfect. I've got you covered with show notes over at michellefox.com/podcast. When you're ready, you will also find resources to support what you've learned in today's conversation, plus a few health-supportive freebies waiting just for you. If you enjoyed this episode, it would mean the world if you left a review on whichever podcast platform you're currently listening from. Your support helps me continue my mission of building healthier communities. This 8-part series is my effort to help more women stop suffering in silence and start feeling strong, confident, and seen. I am grateful to be on this journey with you. Big love.